Live.
Awesome.
So I may as well go ahead and start with the intro.
Yep.
Or are you
Go
gonna
right
hang on?
ahead.
Wait. Go ahead and put it in the our little podcast thing and ping all the guilds. I guess just let them know we're streaming, we're live.
Yeah,
But in case there is anyone here,
let me get
uh,
let me get the link to the stream.
I guess I'll start with my little spiel at the beginning after you post it. That way people can get in. I guess at least see what's going on.
Here we go. And real quick, actually, do I have access to in the regular server to post this? Okay,
Yeah, you should be able to.
okay.
If you're an officer. If not, yeah, you should be able to, especially in the podcast thing. You should be able to. All else fails, I'll give you. Here, I will give you.
Yeah, you need to give me the permission for it.
Bones, can you give him Inquisitor real quick,
Yeah, 1 second.
just so he can post this? Yeah, on the main. I forgot that for some reason. I don't know why he can't post it there. I think I'm gonna have to make a roll for it just for me and him,
There you
or
go.
just for him. Yeah, go ahead and go for it.
There we go. Okay. Stream link is posted. Let's get going.
Alright. Hello, my fellow barbarians. This is your lovely little guild podcast here. I have my co-host here at MDA Gaming,
What's up, everyone?
and then our glorious leader, the man of many titles, currently eating potato salad, General Bones.
Hello there.
How's it going? How's it going, everyone? So I'll go ahead, since we got the intro out of the way, I'll go ahead and get the guild stats for these past TBTWs. So for returns, we ran a light side Geo and got 10 stars, 3 cam. Good stuff, guys, good stuff. And then for Territory War, it was 2 wins. For Age, they also ran light side Geo. I think they were predicting 7 stars, but got 6. No cam, which is okay. I don't think they attempted any. And then 2 Territory War wins, which was very good job, guys. Very good.
Not bad.
Begins ran light side Hoth, 19 stars. Good stuff, guys. 7 Rolo. And they split their territory wars. They won the first one, lost the second. But their first one that they won was a full clear. Good stuff, guys. That's pretty stonks right there. So, I guess next we'll go in for the questions for this week. So we'll start with Mandalorian. He said, how do you guys farm mods? Do you use your mod energy? Any refreshes? What kind of mods do you buy from the shop? Slicing strategies. So, any of you guys want to go take a shot at it first?
I'll go first here for this. So with what I do for mods, I would say if you're more mid-game or end-game, I would say that's when the mod store is going to come more useful, just because it is really credit in, like, it is kind of hard on the wallet with the mods. But I usually go and farm mods until my inventory is full, and then from there I'll obviously sell off all the non-5 dot, and then I'll kind of slice them from there, and then kind of just use my energy to farm slicing materials. I'm not the most efficient when it comes to farming mods. There's probably better strategies out there, but I pretty much just go. My general rule of thumb is if I can get a plus 10 speed mod every day, then everything's looking good. Um, I use the mods. So with the mod store, I will buy mods. I usually will only buy uh, crosses and triangles, and I usually will only buy them if I see like a plus 5 or plus 6 speed in the secondary, or if it has like a good, like if it's a offense triangle with a crit damage primary, I might buy that, or if it's like an offense cross with like a potency primary, I might buy that. But pretty much it's just trying to get speed where I can and maybe some other good important secondaries. But it's just kind of every day using my mod energy, whether it's slicing current mods or farming other mods. That's pretty much what I do.
Yeah, I'm the same when like I try to buy mods, but like whenever I do it, I'm very strict with it. I only buy, gold, gotta have 5 speed, and then I'm not too strict on like only buying crosses and uh like triangles and stuff like that. I see it more as like, with the gold you get, I think it's pretty much 5 rolls. Yeah, you get 5 rolls, and so just like statistics will tell you, you have a really good shot at getting 3 rolls of speed. And so, I mean, even just picking up a bunch of squares and circles and stuff like that really helps expand, just picking up speed. But it all does depend on where you're at in the game. If you're like real early game, like this, you shouldn't be spending credits on this stuff. You should be saving this stuff for, other tunes and stuff like that. I don't really do refreshes all that much, but I kind of take it slow and almost kind of methodical in a way. If that makes sense. Like I'll only farm like one type of thing for like a month. Like I tell myself, like for a straight month, I'm like, all right, I'm only doing mod challenges, or like this month I'm only doing getting like the slicing stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. All right, Bones, how about you?
Well, I'm not very refined with my mod farming. I just sort of grab whatever I need. I'll look whenever I have energy. I'll just look through, uh, see if I have any mods I need, and if I see some mods I can upgrade for some speed, I'll get those. But really, I just farm the speed challenges and the stuff for upgrade.
Gotcha.
No,
No refreshes. Nice. Very loving to say that. Loving to say those crystals. Next up is our main man Hindo. What team factions are your personal favorites and why? This can be out of a practical or aesthetic choice, or just, I guess, more of a fun choice. So I'll go ahead and go first. And I'm just a big Scoundrels fan. If I could have just like had an account that was just like very for fun and not like to take serious, I would have farmed up like a lot of the Scoundrels, like Cura, Infus Nest, Vandor, Chewy, all those guys, because like it's a very underrated team because like people don't see it a whole lot, and depending on how good you make them, I mean, they're a pretty weird team to counter because they're really defensive focused, and so like you really have to bring in something kind of solid to take them out. But in today's game, they're not very good. So that's my favorite faction. Bones, you want to go?
absolutely. Now, you two know I love my Separatists, I'm sure. And it's from
Yes.
I used back in the day when I was growing up, I'd watch Clone Wars every day. It was the highlight of the week. Well, not every day. Well, probably if it was on, but yeah, the Separatists, I just like them. They're robots. They're cool, and in the game, they're fun. Newt's pretty unique. I love his extortion stuff. Very fun, and they're just good. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you can't argue.
Oh, and they're tied with my favorite game mode now, Dark Side TV. Conquest owned it.
MDA, you want to go ahead, give your favorite faction and why?
Man, that's tough. I think A personal one that I want, you touched on it, was I'm a big fan of like the prepared solo team. That's a team that I haven't farmed yet that I really want to, but you already touched on them. So I'll say my favorite is the Jedi. What can I say? I just like Jedi growing up. Whether it's Revan or Jedi Luke, I don't know. Jedi faction is my favorite.
Very good, very good. All right, so
Good.
we got next question from I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I think they pronounce it midget spinner. It's how people want to pronounce it, so I'm just gonna go with that. His question is: do you recommend unlocking both get two capital ships first, or maxing out one before starting the other? And I'll go and take this one first, and I'll say it. It really just depends on what you're going for. Like if you're going for negotiator first because you went the Galactic Republic route, then yeah, you have to max him out because a 5-star negotiator really isn't good. But like if you went the separatist route real heavy and you went malevolence first, a 5-star malevolence with a very decent spy can take top 10 every day. You don't really need to have a high star malevolence for it to be good because the ship itself is just really good. But it just kind of, I mean, that's the only way I see it. But I mean, personally, I would say get 1 to 7-star before you work on the other because it's better to have one really good fleet to help you climb than to have just 2 decent ones that really don't do much. Y'all would agree, or any dissenting opinion?
You want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. I really just what Rock said. Depends on what you're going for, but I think these Galactic Legends are gonna change because now we got Kenobi with the Negotiator, needed 6 stars,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a good chance the next Galactic Legend will need the Malevolence at 6 stars if it's Anakin, like most of us think.
Yeah,
Just
hopefully it is.
Yeah, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to side with you guys there. I personally think that, and this is the way that I kind of farm things, is see one thing all the way to the end and then go to the next thing. So with the get 2 ships, it's, let's just say you're starting negotiator, farm negotiator all the way to 7 stars. Like you touched on earlier, 5-star ships don't. I would rather have 1 7-star ship than 2 like 5-star ships. And especially because ships like the surrounding cast takes, so long to farm. I would rather, farm up my entire fleet and then have my 7-star, get 2 ship before I have, my other. But that's just me.
And our last question from Samir, or however you, I always hate pronouncing these Discord names. This was the question I was most looking forward to. He goes, who would you recommend unlocking first, Gas or Jedi Luke? And this is a pretty good question for us here because I think all of us either have one or the other or both. So I think I think I'm the only one that has both. Yeah, I have both, and I'm probably going to side with going the Gas route first. But a lot of it does depend on your roster. Where did you start? Did you go CLS heavy early or stuff like that? But I just like going for Gas because you really get 3 teams out of it if you think about it. Because first you get Gas itself, you get the clones. Second off, you're gonna get Padme. But pretty much you get a full Padme team minus Jedi Knight Anakin. And then last you get a start on a Sep team. So you really get 3 meta teams just for unlocking Gas.
Well, you even get Anakin because you need his ship too.
Yeah, that's right. So you really do get Anakin. So you really do get a full Padme team, and then also with the ships, you get a jump start on a Malevolence fleet, a decent Malevolence fleet for Arena. So like, it really is like it's a lot of work to get Gas, but like the light at the end of the tunnel is you get 3 real good meta teams, and you get a really good fleet out of it as well. And for Luke, I would say, like, in terms of, like, the playstyle between Gas and Luke, I personally like Luke more than Gas just because Luke's almost like a little mini GL. He can take out GLs on his own. I mean, the dude's solid on defense, a very good light side Geotune. But my one problem with him is, like, a lot of the characters that you need to unlock him are, like, not very good, if I'm being honest. Like, Captain Han, Rolo, Lando, Wampa. Don't let cracks hear me say that, but Like they're just not very good tunes in the long run. Besides probably Wampa, but like you gotta farm up a bunch of bad tunes to get a good one. But with gas, like there's not a single waste you have to farm. Like the only one you would say as a Saj is a waste to farm, but even then, Sages go with Night Sisters.
Yeah, she's got her uses.
Yeah. So gas, Bones, your thoughts on gas over Jedi Luke, even though you're a gas guy?
Yeah, so I may be biased, but I think gas is the way to go because as you said with the requirements, another thing to add on is that Jedi Knight Luke has those hard requirements, like you need them all to be relics. While with gas, you have a few that, or you can wiggle a bit. You can have some Gear 12 in there. But also, in my arena, I have never seen, or I don't think I've ever seen a Jedi Knight Luke without gas. But I cannot beat the Jedi Knight Lukes with gas, so I don't know about you guys, but for what I see, gas really makes the Jedi Knight Luke team in arena.
True. So it's almost like you really need gas to make Luke pretty decent. But I mean, like you can still make good comps without him though. But
Yeah,
gas makes it a lot better.
So-
NBA, you want to go ahead? You want to go ahead and defend Jedi Luke since you're our other, you own him?
I would say, long story short, I would say if you're looking for the quickest option, it is going to be gas. The Wampa and Hermit Yoda farms, with them being only get one, that does kind of put a little bit of a cap on how quickly you can get him. However, I do think Jedi Luke is the superior character to gas.
I would agree.
Gas is incredible. I actually just unlocked Jedi Luke this past week, and I've been kind of tinkering with him. I went from running Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan in Arena, where I was about top. Now, my shard's pretty old because I kind of was off and on with the game before I became serious, so pretty much top 200 in my Arena shard is Galactic Legends. I went from about top 500 if I was lucky with Darth Revan to instantly like 275 with Jedi Knight Luke lead.
Nice.
Jedi Knight Luke can beat Darth Revan in his sleep, beats Jedi Revan in his sleep, and it's pretty much. I have like so my Jedi Knight Luke is Relic 7, and then I've just got like my other Jedi that I throw with him right now. And pretty much I can't beat Relic 7 501st teams. Just the relics are too high. But pretty much if it's like Relic 5 across the board, Jedi Knight Luke could almost solo that whole team. Just his lead is such a game changer, and if you got him modded right, he can really do some damage. I think, however, though, like you said, the best Jedi Knight Luke teams have gas. Just because of, General Skywalker is one of the top characters in the game anytime, and especially since he synergizes with Luke, it's going to be, a good pairing. I still think if you're going to kind of play in your roster, as someone who chose to go for Jedi Luke first as opposed to gas, if I were to do it all over again, I probably would have went for gas first as opposed to Jedi Luke. So I would recommend, if you're picking between the two of them, unless you don't have any of the Geos or you don't have any of the Separatists to get Padme, and unless you haven't started that, I would say go for gas first.
I would agree. One more thing I want to point out with the difference between the two is farming for gas is, at the moment, it's what you consider like a dead farm. It's like once you unlock it, there's nothing else that you can use to unlock it. But like with Luke, when you unlock Luke, you need Luke to get Jedi Master Luke. So at least with getting Jedi Knight Luke, you start getting ready for a GL. But with gas, you just unlock gas and that's it. So I think that's something to look out for. If you're interested in a GL, then I would think Jedi Knight Luke would be a good play for you to go that way. So that's it for our Discord questions for the people who submitted them through Discord. So I think up next, segment-wise, we'll do the Who's New. I tried my best to get everybody that was new, but we had the mercs come in, and so it really cluttered up the welcome channel, and so I wasn't sure who was really here to join a guild, or one of our guilds, or who was a merc. So I got a couple people that I missed somebody. Please, you can crucify me. That's fine with me. So we got Cicada Thorn, Stebble, Iuna, Isavar, and then a guy. This was probably my favorite name. It was he called CT2224 Commander Cody. Very good name. And then Magush, if I hope I'm not butchering that one. So, and then we'll go ahead and I guess we'll talk about our main topic for this podcast. Since Darkside Geo is around the corner, we may as well go ahead and talk some Watt mission for some people who, aren't real too familiar with it or are just failing and need a little bit of help. Or, maybe you've been running it for a very long time and you just want a little refresher. Maybe you'll learn something new that'll help your runs out a little bit easier. Stuff like that. And then I guess we can also, if we want, we can talk about combat missions as well at the time too. But I guess we'll stick to Geo stuff for now. So let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and anyone want to just what's the what I'm looking for? Let's go like requirements. Like what are Bones? You want to go ahead and give us some good requirements that are needed for the good old Geos?
Sure, I'll try my best. So I guess the aim is you want full gear 12. You want some decent speed and protection on your Geo Brood Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably want some good health and protection on all of them. And if you're gonna try and relic a few, you gotta go for Brood Alpha first, and then Spy second. You want a decent potency on your Poggle, so you can land those ability blocks, because that's crucial for controlling the AOE's. And did I do good?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I mean, that's pretty much the main points right there of what you want.
Yeah.
I'm new.
Yeah, sorry. Bones kind of came into this pod a little last minute, so he's working on the fly, and we appreciate him for coming in. But
the understudy.
Yeah, the understudy. I just kind of wanted to talk about like gear requirements. I would say you can technically do the Watt mission full gear 11, but if you do it that way, you're putting yourself at risk to basically setting yourself up for failure, because one missed ability block and an AoE that hits your team and you're just dead. You're done for. You won't survive. And so at least I would say gear 12 minimum. But if you're trying to do this on a gear crunch, I would say that the one character that can really be gear 11 and it won't really affect how the team works is going to be Sunfac, because your main tank is Brute. So you don't need Sunfac to be your secondary tank. He just needs to be able to get rid of the debuffs. But I would say all the other ones, you definitely need Gear 12. If you do need some help in Discord, we do have a 3PO bot. Our little 3PO bot has a little, check command that will tell you, gear, what kind of mods you should be looking for, what kind of stats you should be looking to reach, which, honestly, I think everyone pretty much knows about that one now. It's probably my favorite bot of all of them. But yeah, that's kind of like the gear minimums. I hate to be kind of talkative, but I love my geos. They're my friends, I guess you would say. But I guess you know what? I'll just talk about the Watt mission, and then if y'all just want to butt in, y'all just butt in, because I'm just gonna start talking if that's okay with y'all.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Sounds good.
All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll kind of break down why I mod for what I mod for. So for GBA, I go speed and health set. I don't do a tenacity set. Reason being for this, the last time I read through all the kits of the enemies that you face in Darkside Geo, all of them have all the abilities that require a debuff, where a debuff is landed, it does not resist. Meaning that no matter how much tenacity that you have, you're not going to be able to resist the ability. The only way you'll resist it is if, it just doesn't land, because some of them have like a 50% chance to land. But so like tenacity really doesn't mean that big of a difference on GBA for the mission. It'd be much better to put that health set and give yourself, I think it's like 15% extra health to keep him a little bit tankier. Because like once you lose protection on a Geo team, that's when you start falling apart, because Geos don't have a lot of health built into them. So that's kind of my reasoning for GBA.
Real
I
quick
like him with a lot of protection.
with
Yeah, you
GBA,
keep going.
as a general
Yeah,
rule of thumb, it is actually well, I would mod most of the geos for protection. I actually would mod GBA for health as opposed to
agreed.
protection
Yeah.
because the way that the summonings that since Brute is
Hmm.
directly his stats correlate based off of your GBA. And again, this is someone smarter out on Reddit. Some big brain out there was able to figure this out. Brute like takes health directly and not protection. So Brute will obviously, will benefit from the lead, getting that, max like 15,000 protection. But if you were to mod GBA for protection, Brute will not benefit from that. So again, like you said, if you're in the Watt mission, if you're getting down to where you're out of protection, that's not good. But that's just a GBA thing. But for the Watt mission, I would agree. Protection is always good, and it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. My whole thinking is like the way they all like kind of pool protection, and they base their like basically every time they get hit, they all line up with who has the most protection. And so it's best to take one of your geos and put tons of protection on him. And so the two best to do this with is GBA or Sunfac. But depending on where you go with your modding, if you relic GBA, then it's probably best to put a bunch of protection on him, because everyone will even out with GBA. But if you relic Sunfac for the ship, which I mean, I would kind of recommend it. His ship's pretty good. Then I would mod Sunfac for lots of protection, and then run GBA with tons of health for the Brute, which is pretty good, I would say. I guess next up in terms of like modding would be, I would go Geo Soldier next for me. I'll just talk about him. He really needs a lot of crit chance, and the reason being is his unique allows it to where every time he critically hits, he gains 25% turn meter, which every time a Geo attacks, a lot of them attack out of turn. And so every time Soldier attacks out of turn, every time he crits, he gains 25% turn meter. And so if you put, I think you need 80% crit chance, because he gets 20. I think he gets 20% from his unique as well. So once you get him at 80%, then you have him at 100% crit chance. He crits every time, and then he'll just keep on gaining turn meter. And he really doesn't even hit hard, because you just want him being a turn meter train, keeping the team rolling. With Spy's pretty easy to mod. I would just say crit damage, crit chance. Don't run offense, because offense is really good for characters that attack a lot, but crit damage is really good for characters that have like really big hits like Spy. So you want a crit damage triangle. I mean, get an offense cross if you can, and try to make him speedy if you can. Like don't sacrifice stats for speed. Like if you only have one crit damage triangle, don't go get a protection one just so you can have 5 more speed. Make sure he hits hard, but if you can, have a lot of crit damage triangles, or like not crit damage triangles, but like crit damage mods that have good speed secondary, then just load him up with speed if you can. Poggle needs to be fast. I'll be honest. He needs to be about 230, I would say minimum, because he needs to be another fast character, because he's your other cleanser on the team. He also needs to go fast so he can get more ability blocks out, because that's like the main point of the mission. If once we get into that. So, and he needs a little bit of potency just so he can land ability block a little bit easier. Last to mod is Sunfac. Pretty simple. You just run tons of defense or tons of health, or just a mixture of the two. And he doesn't need to be fast. He just needs to be real tanky, and mostly mod for protection. I would mostly mod Sunfac for protection, and then like defense if you want to do that kind of sort of thing. So that's my like mod overview for Geos in terms of Watt mission. But I think we can go ahead and talk about the strategy next if y'all are okay with that.
Yeah, no, I got you here for the strategy. I know that there's a couple different variants that you can face in terms of who the final boss is. Um, I know I get Mace Windu a lot, and then Arc Trooper a couple times. Is there any other bosses that are there for Phase 4?
So I think the two Phase 4 variants is you get Mace Elite, and then I think the other Elite is Luminara that you can
Oh,
face.
yes, Luminar. Um, well, with regards to the main strategy that you want to do is, like you said, with the way the Geos works is since they share their health and protection, one hit isn't going to do much, but it's the AoEs that's going to kill you. So the main thing is you want to keep um, it is Clone Sergeant or the Phase 1 Clone Sergeant with the kind of the big gun. You want to keep him ability blocked. The Mon Calamari Jedi, you want to have him ability blocked. And then the Arc Trooper. The Arc Trooper is the main one because he's got days on his
Oh
AoE,
yeah,
so you definitely don't want him getting that off. Um, other than that, it's pretty much just as long as you keep them ability blocked, it's just kill people as you can. And specifically now, what makes it a little bit difficult, Barris can make it difficult because of her unique.
hmm
If you see her, try to keep people ability blocked, but you will need to kill Barris first because she'll cleanse people, and she also is going to gain turn meter. Um, but the main boss that I think everyone has difficulty with is Mace Windu, because Mace in TB is really good as opposed to the regular mace. Um, main thing
yeah,
is he's going to put Shatterpoint on your character, and if you can get hit once, but once he hits you a second time, if you have Shatterpoint, I believe it instantly kills you. As
yeah,
long
Yeah.
as it is on the the brute or the summoned tank, you're fine because you can keep resummoning brutes. Um, the good thing is Mace is pretty slow, so you can kind of cycle through a couple turns. What I would advise is, I would say this is, you want to use your specials where it's needed, but try to save your specials for when it's kind of necessary. The main ones being Poggle's Cleanse and the heal or what would summon the brute for GBA. And you want to save that for when you need it. Specifically, if um, you want to cleanse Shatterpoint whenever you can, or you want to wait until, and this is where Sunfax Taunt can come in handy. Pop Sunfax Taunt when you're facing Mace Windu, just so if Brute dies and you need someone else to take the heat, you got that. But you want to save those cleanses for when Shatterpoint is up, because all of a sudden, when Soldier dies or GBA dies, it gets pretty rough pretty quick. The first three phases are usually not too bad. Um, it's that fourth phase, and it's mainly just keep your cleanses so you can clear off Shatterpoint and um, keep the AoEs in check. Um, I would say if you got the 3PO bot in your Discord server, which I know here in uh, barbarism lands we do, as long as you hit those benchmarks there, you should have no problem making it to the fourth phase, and then it's about just following the strategy of keep the AoEers ability blocked, cleanse off Shatterpoint, and just kill certain characters when you can.
yeah. I'll also say this for Phase 4 specifically, more or less. You want to kind of. There's a couple of little like tricks where you can get a little bit of a boost off. I think all get like both of Age and Returns will fill all the platoons. So in Phase 4, the the little special that summons the little B2 battle droid, it has a little stat attached to it that gives 50% turn meter to all separatists. So as long as Brute, the little summon, is alive, if you pop that, everyone gets 50% turn meter. So I'd always suggest when you start that turn, if you go first, just pop that for 50% turn meter. 9 times out of 10, it'll make everyone go again. so that way you can really try to control the battle and keep all those like that ARC trooper and the sergeant ability blocks. That way you don't really have to worry about them too much. And then another really cool tip that I learned that really it can be helpful, but it's not going to be like a make or break for you. Like, is someone told me that if you pop Sunfac's taunt right before a wave ends, when the wave ends, he'll lose taunt. But when the next wave starts, all the Geos will gain the buffs from Sunfac losing taunt.
Oh yeah, that's
which,
a good one.
Which is very cool because if you're in wave 5 and you time it just right where you can pop Sunfac's taunt and kill somebody, then you'll go into phase 4 with, I think it's health steal, you get a potency up, I think you get a defense up and an offense up maybe. Let me read it real quick. But
health up, I think health up. I don't know.
Yeah, you get a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah. So I guess since for the people who are here in the YouTube, if I don't know, I can't really tell who's who from Discord name to YouTube name. So if anyone's here that does the WAT mission or doesn't do the WAT mission, and you guys have any questions about it, I guess now go ahead and ask just those questions real quick before we go on to the stonks of the week and what we're farming. And I'll give you guys
and also the YouTube questions. We've got a few questions here in chat.
Yeah. Also, if you do have just any other just random YouTube questions, go with that as well. Not just WAT mission related ones, but just anything.
Okay. Give everyone a few minutes. I know we've got a few people in here. So why don't we start with one of the YouTube
Before you go, I got the Sunfac thing real quick. So you gain defense up, health steal up for 2 turns. So just those 3 stats. I mean, the health up is pretty good, especially for Geos. So is the health steal. That's pretty clutch. So just kind of wanted to throw that out real quick before I go. So we'll go on with the YouTube questions then.
Yeah, I've got the chat pulled up here, so I'll read out the YouTube questions here. First one this is actually my fiance, Taylor. She was in the chat. I don't know if she's in right now, but she did ask, what would you recommend that I hoard my gear so I can level up right away when I get the character who's really good, or should I use the gear kind of progressively as you go, just kind of passively upgrading? So let's just say you're going to unlock CLS, Gas, Jedi Knight Luke, Galactic Legends. Do you recommend hoarding all the gear before you do the events so that once you unlock the character, you can just take them up to whatever you see fits, or get the requirements as soon as you can and then just unlock the character and then upgrade them as you can?
Bones, you want to take this one real quick?
I'm going to be honest. I sort of blanked there for a second. I didn't get much sleep last night. So was it hoard gear or gear progressively?
Yeah. So like I would say with regards to like a journey guide character or like a Galactic Legends or something, do you hoard gear for the unlock, or do you progressively gear after you unlock?
I progressively gear. It's not the smart choice probably, but it's the one I do because I don't hoard very well. I see green stuff and I have to upgrade.
Yeah, I think we all suffer that at some point. Personally, I think it's depending on where you're at. Like, if you like to play Grand Arena a lot, then I think hoarding is very good because you can keep yourself low GP for a while, so that way you're giving yourself good matchups. But at some point, you do have to advance in the game, and I do think hoarding gives you a lot of flexibility with what you want to do. So if you're indecisive like I am, and you don't know what you want to go for, and you're like almost kind of like a squirrel. Anytime you see something cool, you're like, oh, let's go for this, or oh, let's go for that. when you're ready to finally decide what you want to do, hoarding really gives you a chance to just spend everything at once and just kind of have no regrets almost. Uh, like for myself, I guess this kind of goes into my what you're farming thing. I have been hoarding for like the past, I think, month and a half of just stuff because I was really interested in what Jedi Master Kenobi was going to look like, his requirements and stuff like that. And his requirements are pretty good. His character's really good. I like him. He fits my roster very well because I have a lot of Galactic Republic. And so I said, you know what? Let's go for him. So I went and I started breaking the Horde. I already have Clone Sergeant done, General Grievous's relics, and then most of the tunes that I have are already Gear 12 or Gear 11. So it's not much gearing left from that standpoint. It's going to be more relic farming, which is going to kind of suck. But I think it was really good for me because I was able to take a ton of tunes to Gear 11, Gear 12 right at once, ready to go. So that way I could, start making progression on something.
I used to be more on the progressive side of just I'm with you there, but even while I was hoarding, I was recently hoarding for Jedi Knight Luke. I think I had about maybe 3 Zetas saved up, and Echo from Bad Batch just was dying for me to give him a Zeta, so I gave him a Zeta, and Grief Karga was wanting a Zeta as well, so I gave him a Zeta. So unfortunately, I will kind of break my um, I'll do that from time to time, but I will say it was nice getting Jedi Knight Luke. I unlocked him and I took him straight to R7, and it's been nice.
Beautiful.
And I will say I like the resources that swgoh.gg gives, that they give you the full gear list that you need. And so I can just check off saying like, okay, I've got my 300 Carbantes, I've got all my, my Kyrotech, and I've got all that ready. I think with, especially like with Galactic Legends, I think I'll progressively farm the requirements and upgrade them, but like I think I'm a fan of like hoarding the gear for that end product. And maybe I won't, like if a marquee comes out, I won't upgrade the marquee until I'm really going to do something with it. So I'm going to hoard the gear for what I'm working towards, and then do that. So Taylor, I appreciate the question. And again, for those of you who did not know, that was my fiance. We are getting married in about 2 or 3. I don't know the weeks off the top of my head, but I know the dates. It is July 17th. So we are, one of these days we'll have her on the pod. And if you, we'll let you know beforehand. So if you got any questions for the two of us, make sure to drop them in chat or Discord. But thank you
Shout
for
out
that.
to Taylor.
Next question from Tyler Rye. He's asking, what characters are you guys trying to get? You know what? I think we might hold that for what we're farming. We have a section for that at the very end, so I think we'll get back to that. So I think that's it for the YouTube questions. I don't see any more in chat here.
Yeah.
So
We did this very late, so I really didn't expect a lot of people to be on. But it's
all right.
okay.
I will say that this has been nice from what we've had in chat here. It's been great. So why don't we go right into the good old stonks of the week? And I think Rock, you got those.
Yeah.
I usually try to keep up with it very good, but midway through keeping up with them, I got through and I was like, I stopped keeping up with them. So I'm just gonna read up the Stonk Exchange, and anything notable I see, I'm just gonna give it a shout out. So first, we're gonna go with Mandalorian. Got the 7-star Kylo Ren shuttle. He can finally farm the finalizer. That's awesome. Someone unlocked Houndstooth, Obi Chewie Kenobi. Congratulations on the Houndstooth. Who else we got? What else I got on the Stonk Exchange to read up here? Hopefully someone. Oh, look at that! I think this will be the Stonk of the week. NDA Gaming unlocking Jedi Knight Luke. Yay!
Hey.
Claps in chat.
Can we get some poggers in chat?
Yeah, can we get some pogs in the chat?
Yeah, can we get some pogs in the chat?
Can we get some porgos in chat? Do we have those? Do we have anything?
Yeah, I sent one. P-Dub took first in Fleet Arena. That's pretty stonks.
That is pretty nice.
Glarmit also taking the top box in Conquest. Super stonks.
Very nice.
Obi Chewy Kenobi again. Relicking Shakti. Super. That's
a big one.
That's a
Ooh.
stonks. Slaymar unlocking Negotiator. That's a huge stonks.
Huge.
That's big.
Very nice.
And then I scrolled up. Let me see. Close to. Is this what I think it is? Oh yeah, Promethean. I think that's how you would say that. He unlocked gas. That was
Ooh,
pretty
Huge.
rough. Pretty rough, but hey, look, made a good decision, I would say.
nice.
I think that's. Oh, my bad. I missed one. We got Baby Brutus unlocking Galactic Legend Ray. That's also a big stonk. Shout out to him for unlocking that. That's
Ooh.
a GL is a GL. I mean, I thought about going Ray for a while, but went the JMK route. So, can't complain. So I guess that is our stonks of the week. I apologize that it wasn't as structured as it usually is, but I got a little busy. So hopefully next week it'll be a little better. So we want to go into the what's your farming kind of thing.
So yeah, why don't we start
Bones, you
with
wanna?
start with
Yeah,
Bones?
let's start
So
with
tell
Bones.
me, Bones,
Yeah.
how are the
Ooh.
potatoes coming? How's the farming?
Uh,
The
Sorry,
potatoes
yeah.
are small, but
oh,
they're
that's not
good.
what I want to hear. So what you farming, bud?
I'm farming. Right now, I'm farming Darth Revan. I'm 4 shards away from having the whole team 7 stars. I wasted all my crystals today out of desperation. In a moment of weakness.
Oh
And
yeah, that's not good.
yeah. And then they scanned me on the last 4 shards. But enough of that. Doesn't matter. I recently got my third Crancor team fully operational with 3
Third?
at my team. Yeah.
3? What's your 3 teams? I thought you only had 2.
No. I have Grievous, I have Gas, and I have Padme.
Oh, nice. You're not gonna go farm Shakti?
I
Hey,
don't
I think
think
you should go
so.
ahead and do it. That way you can be a cam boy.
Oh, yay.
I
That's
think
gonna be fun. Maybe I'll put her on the list. It's a long list.
Yeah, I got you.
I've got like 20 different characters, I think, and then eventually, like once a month, I'll go through and I'll call them, and then eventually they'll all find their way back on.
Okay. MDA, you want to go with what you've been farming recently and what you've
Yeah,
unlocked
so
in the past couple of weeks?
we have officially begun the Jedi Master Luke farm. So Jedi Knight Luke was the big one, getting that, and especially getting him R7. So as of right now, with my energy farms, we are looking to finish. I just finished Anakin's ship, which was a long farm. Republic Y-Wing, we're at like 38 out of 85. So once I finish that, then it's going to be finishing or starting Mon Mothma and 3PO and Chewie. Those are the 2 I haven't farmed yet. But the rest, then it's just gear. I've got Old Ben. I've got his left hand gear 12 pieces all done. I'm doing the right hand ones, which I've almost got those done. But so it's just working on gear, getting all that. It's going to be a little bit of a grind. I'm not going to lie. I had all this like beautiful gear and relic materials like all hoarded and saved, and it's all gone. I got Chewie and Han Solo both up to R6, and let me tell you, R6 Han Solo hits like
Man.
a goddamn truck.
He
It's
holds back now.
Yeah,
Takes
so and also because I run Rebels in Fleet Arena, R6 on both of the pilots just it's nice. It really is. So going for my first GL. It's gonna be a good one. I'm hoping by Christmas we can have this done, but we shall see.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and go. If you guys don't know, I have two accounts. I have a 5 mil and a 3 mil account. So I'll go ahead and start with my 5 mil real quick. I've also been farming for Jedi Master Luke, but I'm almost done with him for the most part. I have all of them relic, but the two relics I'm missing are Mon Mothma and Chupio. But I still have to relic up JTR. She's relic 6 right now. And I think I just have to bring in the relic 7. She's done. And then I have to R3 Wedge and Leia, which shouldn't take too long. That's going to be almost like a 3-day farm if I do refreshes for each. And then after that, I just have to farm gear for Mon Mothma, and then I still have to finish the Chupio shards, which isn't too bad. I think I have him almost to 6 stars, almost to 6 stars. So he should be done. Hopefully I can start ticket farming in 2 months. That's the goal, is to start ticket farming in 2 months. And then on my junior account, my little 3 mil account, I started the Jedi Master Kenobi grind. The only character that I officially have done is Clone Sergeant, but I have Shakti and Kenobi already at relics. I just gotta bring him the relic 7 and relic 8. And then I have also GG at relic. He's relic 1, please. Bones, I know what you're gonna say. He deserves a little bit more love. I get it. I just
1.
moment. Look, I could have kept him at relic 0, okay?
How's he supposed to work in conditions like this? Unacceptable.
It is unacceptable. But I do have most of them at gear 11 and gear 12. Let me pull up the good old 3PO bot real quick, just so I can be sure what I got. Since this is my first time saying this for the pod, that way you guys can keep up with the progress I'm making. Hopefully. So it finally pulled up. Hopefully it will load. All right, so we got Mace Windu, Qui-Gon Jinn, Watt, Cad Bane at gear 11. Magna Guard, Jango, Master Yoda is at gear 12. We have Grievous at relic, Shakti at relic, General Kenobi at relic. Cody, Bo-Katan, and Ayla have virtually no gear whatsoever. Bo is also at 5-star. Ayla is also at 5-star. And Negotiator's done at 6 stars. So I got a pretty decent way to go. I think I'm on the same boat as MDA here with this farm. I'm thinking like Christmas time I should be done. Hopefully maybe I can get it done a little earlier than that, depending on my luck and how Crankcore goes. So that's it for me. You guys have anything else you guys want to say?
No. I think that's all I got. Bones, you got anything?
Nope, I'm good.
All right.
Well,
so I guess this is it.
Yeah. No.
Well,
Appreciate all of you guys coming in the chat. Anyone who's still here, I've liked this live streaming with YouTube, and once this is done, this should be up live on my YouTube channel, MDA Gaming. Go subscribe. Yeah, I would say this went really well. That's all I got for you guys.
Yep, it's been great.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right, catch
Bye.
you all on the